Hey fellas, welcome back. So today is going to be a little bit different of a format. I kind of wanted to go with a little bit more of a chat or a discussion type style. I'd just be interested to get your guys' thoughts as well, and this is more of like a first impressions video. So I wanted to start by talking about the actual campaign itself first. I really enjoyed it. I played through it all the way on Legendary yesterday. I would recommend doing it on Legendary. I thought it was a really good challenge. It wasn't too difficult, but even solo, it was pretty manageable. I think Bungie did the scaler pretty well. So that even if you're playing by yourself, it's pretty manageable. I did upgrade my exotics as I went, so it was a little bit easier and I wasn't just running blues, but the rewards are really worth it. I mean, throughout the missions, you'll get like 2 chests and sometimes a couple times each mission, and it'll give you upgrade modules, it'll give you blues, which upgrade you massively. I mean, the upgrade modules alone were a really good addition, and I think that's a nice insight by Bungie so it doesn't make the power grind so miserable. Besides that, there's a lot more to talk about. I mean, the story was pretty enjoyable. It was a big step up over previous expansions. I mean, it kind of makes Shadowkeep look like just a little baby DLC. I thought Bungie did a really nice job of tying in some more obscure lore that was important to the story and made it interesting in a way that people like you and me would just want to watch. I mean, I do watch channels like Myelin, but I don't read the lore books and all that kind of stuff, and there's a lot of history behind the Hive that some of this expansion may not have made a ton of sense. So I was really glad to see that from a story perspective. There were some payoffs, and I don't really want to spoil anything, but there were some payoffs that have been a long time in the making, especially towards the end. I mean, I think a big contrast and something that Bungie did a lot better with Witch Queen compared to like Shadowkeep or Beyond Light is that I was actually engaged with the cutscene and I was interested to see what would happen next. With Beyond Light, it was just kind of like, yeah, like there's a big baddie, we go kill it, whatever. Whereas Witch Queen, I was really interested to see what was next. When a cutscene would end and the screen would go black, I'd be like, like I really hope there's another one. Like I want to know more. There's just a lot of interesting stuff going on, and there were some twists that were interesting. Kind of unsettling at some points. There's a certain art style of a character revealed that I was not a big fan of. Looks really weird. I'm guessing you guys know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say because of spoilers. But yeah, overall, I thought from a story perspective, it was a really big improvement. And lastly, in terms of like gameplay and the environment in the campaign, I thought it was done really well. And I'm hoping that, unlike other years with DLCs and expansions, that we actually revisit these locations. One thing that kind of bums me out about Bungie's campaigns and Destiny is that there are these amazing atmospheres that we don't ever revisit, and they're so huge. And I just wish that they would maybe retool some activity to fit into that space and use it, because environments like Sathona's temple were incredible. I mean, that drop into this like giant pit and it's all run down. It was just amazing, and I hope that we get to go back to those places for a quest or something like that. I think Bungie could do a little bit better job utilizing these spaces beyond the campaign, so I hope we get to see that. So beyond just the campaign, I did get to try Gambit yesterday. I did enjoy that a lot more than in previous seasons. I thought they kind of butchered it with Beyond Light, so it was nice to see them revisit that. I think the ammo changes are great. Having a little bit more consistency, like you don't really feel shortchanged on ammo. It feels bad to equip an exotic special or heavy in Gambit and then never get ammo for it. And I certainly had that happen previously, but in this new version of Gambit, you get some ammo after each wave. You can actually use it on the Primeval, not feel too bad about it, not feel like you have to conserve too much. I really like that. The fewer invasions helps a lot, dropping half your motes that your teammates can pick up, and especially the Primeval phase. I mean, with the occasional immunity and the envoys actually being important again, I think that's been a big deal to revitalizing Gambit for me, because what the most exciting part of the game is to me is when you have like 80 or 90 motes and the other team has their Primeval down to like half health, and it feels like you don't have much of a shot, but there's enough time that you can invade and you can make a difference. And if you do really good DPS and you're efficient and that kind of thing, you can actually make a comeback. And to me, Gambits are like all about that comeback. Like those are where all my memories are made. So I'm really happy that there are actually some mechanics in place that don't allow the team in the lead to just absolutely steamroll. So yeah, I mean, if you haven't tried Gambit for a while, I definitely recommend giving it a shot again. It's improved in a lot of ways, and it's nice because it feels like a lot of times you don't run into matches where you're done within the first 2 or 3 minutes, which is what ended up happening from Beyond Light to Witch Queen. Like, I just felt like half the games there was no point. Like, they were over within 2 minutes, and the rest of it just felt like a slog until you lost. So definitely give that a shot again. And moving on from Gambit, I'd say the exotics have been pretty cool so far. I haven't gotten to play with all of them yet, but the Cabal Slug launcher has been interesting. I really like Osteostriga, the new Thorn-like SMG. I'll probably do a review and guide / thing on that tomorrow or in the next couple days, so you can keep an eye out for that. But it's pretty fun. It's got a lot more ease of use than Thorn, I feel like. What I didn't expect is that they're actually like little projectiles with some travel time. They seem to be fairly accurate. Like it doesn't feel like you're just shooting them into the wind a lot of times. And it also has a lot of range. So I'm kind of confused. Like it's a strange weapon. It's very different. It's pretty strong in Crucible too, actually, which I wasn't expecting. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get. Give that a try. I have yet to get the new grenade launcher or any of the exotic glaives, so hopefully I can get my hands on those soon and give you guys my thoughts on that. As far as crafting goes, I think that's an amazing addition, and you don't have to grind out like every roll and get every perk, which was good. I thought maybe you'd have to like acquire the perk before you could craft it. But it turns out that if you just level up the weapon enough, you can craft the different perks from that pool on there. So it's nice to see that it isn't too convoluted there. It's pretty straightforward. You just use the weapon. If you're attached to something, you're really going to level it up, and then you're going to get to choose from enhanced traits as well. I really like that idea. It allows you to really go into another step of investment with your weapon instead of just being able to change it to whatever you want. And yeah, overall, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I haven't done yet in Witch Queen. I'm planning to jump on for a couple hours after this video goes out, but there is a new activity, the Wellspring, I think it is. And on top of everything going on in the Throne world, I mean, you have the seasonal activity, which I've only played one battleground, but that was really cool. I thought they did a really good job like revamping the battleground experience into something different. And there's like a Throne world type area, the Scion Mindscape, I think it's called. The lance or the spear thing that you have to use there to kill like the Savathun projections are really cool. Like you can do a slam and you can blink, and those are a lot more fun to use than just like a regular like Seraph spear that we used to get. So yeah, overall, there's a lot to do in Destiny right now, and it's really exciting because it's been a long few months. Witch Queen is off to a promising start here. I mean, this was a little bit different of a style for me, just kind of sitting in front of a microphone and giving you guys my thoughts. If you enjoyed it, definitely leave a like. I'd love to hear your guys' comments down below. What do you guys think about the expansion? What do you think about the season? What do you think about the exotics? What do you think of the new sandbox? I mean, there's just so much new to talk about here. So definitely leave a comment. I love talking to you guys in the comments, and if you'd like to see more content like this, subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff with Witch Queen coming out here. It's exciting times, but anyway, I'm going to let you guys go for now. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. See ya.